Welcome to Millionaire Mindset, where we give you ways and advice to achieve financial freedom. Today, we will talk about 15 things that poor people waste money on. We will explain one by one how wasteful they are, so if you can relate to any of this, maybe you want to reassess your expenditures. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell to get notified when we publish new videos. And be sure to watch the entire video to avoid missing any important details. Send us your questions and suggestions in the comment section because we'd love to hear from you. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Number 1. Credit cards. These are the last things poor people should get. It's in the name, credit. Meaning you create debt for yourself, which can easily be avoided. When you get a credit card, especially when you're poor, then you just dug a hole for yourself, and before you know it, the hole is 10 times deeper. When you get a debt, then the money that you're earning is not yours anymore. That will lead you to being demotivated to work. It's easy to enter this mess, but it's so hard to get out of. Number 2. Your health. Let me clarify. When I talk about health, I'm talking about ignoring it until it becomes much worse, which leads to a higher hospital bill and medication. So if your tooth hurts, go to a dentist right away. Don't wait until the cavity cannot be fixed anymore. If your head hurts, go to a physician immediately. It's cheaper to pay for a doctor's visit than for week-long hospital confinement. We always think that it's not a big deal, so we should just ignore sickness, but it doesn't work like that in most cases. Number 3. Food waste. This one is not for poor people only. It's a habit by everyone. We always seem to think that we can consume all of the food that we buy. This results in a ton of food waste in America. It is estimated that we throw away 40% of the vegetables, 70% of the dairy products, and 14% of meat. This totals to about $20,000 worth of food waste per household in a year. I wonder what more important things you can spend those $20,000 on. Number 4. Gambling. Now this one is especially for the poor people. I think some of us got the wrong idea when they said that you have to spend money to make money. Many of us think that investing money shall make us more money. But some of us think that gambling is the key to being rich. 61% of people included among the lowest fifth in terms of socioeconomic status are engaged in gambling in some way, according to a 2012 study by Yale University. Think of it like this. Among the top 10 or even the top 100 richest people in the world right now, how many got rich because of gambling? No one. It's that simple. No one ever got rich because of gambling. And if you somehow got lucky and won the jackpot, chances are you will be in the same situation after just a few years. Trust the scientific studies and statistics on this one. Number 5. Latest gadgets. Do you find it weird to see your neighbor who you know is having financial problems have the latest iPhone? They sometimes even have better gadgets than you. Well, they may have the money to buy an iPhone, but can they afford it? There's a difference. You might have the latest tech, but what about the things that you really need? We set our priorities way off. We prioritize things that we want rather than what we need. And it can also be a reflection of how people handle things. If you're very careful with your gadget, then it will serve you for much longer. But if you're not, then you really owe to buy a new phone every 6 months. Number 6. Impulse purchases. If you buy 6 phone cases for your single phone, then you might be a victim of impulse purchasing. I think this problem got worse with the rise of online shopping, where with just a single click, the transaction is done. So to combat this, you have to be fully aware of the things that you need versus the things that you want. You can't blame advertisers because they're just doing their job. According to a study, $5,000 worth of useless things are bought by each American every year on average. $5,000 gone, and you might not even know where you put those items. It's so sad. Number 7. Your bank. Most financial advisors are saying that putting your money in the bank is not really a form of saving money, because you might even lose a portion of your savings if you just leave them in your bank account. The interest rates of banks are so low that they can't keep up with inflation rates. So if you leave your money today, then after a couple of years you will have less valuable money because the prices are now higher but your money did not gain that much. Not to mention, for every transaction that you do at a bank, there will be a fee on top of it. So as much as possible, don't put most of your savings into the bank. Number 8. Your taxes. You know what they say, death and taxes are the only things certain in the world. And the sadder truth is that poor people get taxed more than rich people do. This is because poor people don't affect the value in the marketplace that much compared to rich people. So as a reward, the government taxes them for a smaller percentage. Also, the tax returns that we get are something not to be happy about. First of all, that's the money that we worked hard for. And secondly, that money carried no interest at all, so if you instead put those on an investment, then you will be getting more. Number 9. Games and in-app purchases. Now we get a little bit more specific. In the popular game Fortnite alone, 70% of its players spend money in the game, and each one of them spends a total of $85 on average. Meanwhile, Candy Crush earns $3 million every day for in-game purchases like extra lives and special items. Yes, it's easy to get addicted to these games, but if it's costing you to play every day, then you must look for other entertaining games out there that don't choke you into giving up your money, especially when you get no return on investment at all. Not only is your money wasted, but your time as well. Number 10. Partying. Yes, it feels good to party every once in a while, but you don't have to do it at the most exclusive club in your city. It's short-time happiness. It doesn't amount to anything. The total amount of bottles of champagne that you bought is not a basis for success ever. You might feel like a boss for a couple of hours, but you have to face the 9-to-5 reality of your life again when you wake up the next day. It's not worth it. Number 11. Smoking and vaping. When you're addicted to one thing, there's a greater chance that you might be addicted to another. The gamblers that we talked about earlier might be smokers and vapors too. I mean, just by looking at the numbers, the cost of smoking is unreasonably high. On average, a pack of cigarettes costs $6.5, so if you smoke a pack a day, then you will spend $188 a month. $2,260 a year. So for 10 years, you will spend over $22,000 on cigarettes alone. Again, it's not worth it, especially the nasty healthy problems that it can bring. Don't even get me started with vaping. They were sold as a better, healthier alternative to smoking cigarettes, but at the same time, they are much more expensive. So is it really any better? Number 12. Glam and beautification. Much like buying the latest tech, this is the toxic habit of some poor people. They will work hard for a little salary and then spend almost all of it on getting a new hair color. Again, there's nothing wrong with pampering yourself every once in a while, but if you have other more important things to fix, then the hair can wait. Also, if you're only doing this to please other people, then stop immediately. They're no better than you. Stop pleasing them. Have you ever noticed how most rich people have the simplest hairs, nails, and makeup? Well, that is because they don't have to prove anything to the world. So why not copy that behavior? Number 13. Fitness products and other things that they sell on teleshopping. These things do not work, plain and simple. Because if they do work, then they should not exist anymore. The teleshopping industry has been going on for many decades now, and new products seem to come out every week or so. Don't get fooled by every fit endorser that is promising you the same body if you just drink their magical tea. I assure you that they haven't even tried that thing. They became fit because they worked hard at the gym, cut their bad eating habits, and those are the most effective ways in getting in shape. Nothing more, nothing less. Number 14. Lucky charms or spiritual items. The poorer you are, the more gullible you become, especially with buying lucky charms and hiring a feng shui expert. That is supposed to bring good luck and lots of money. Well, the ones who are getting richer here are the sellers of those lucky charms and the feng shui experts. That's it. It's an age-old business that preys on poor and gullible people. Number 15. Donations. And we saved the most controversial one last. Well, whether you like it or not, most charities are scams. The funds that they gather most likely go to the ones leading the charity drive. It's a good feeling when you donate to a charity, but that's it. You felt good, but in the end, you contributed nothing to change the world. If you're okay with that, then continue donating. But you have been warned. That's why there's that famous saying, "Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you will feed him for a lifetime." Well, that's it for today's list. Hope this will serve as a wake-up call for all of us that we should prioritize our expenditures. These things on the list are almost always wasteful and do not bring any positive effect to our lives. So be smart. Join us again next time here in Millionaire Mindset for another round of tips in achieving your financial freedom. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.